welcome to today's update video, and this is Tropical Storm Cecilia in the Eastern Pacific. I mean, we talked about this yesterday, but I'm going to reiterate this again in today's update video. Cecilia is still struggling a bit. The current agency estimate is at 60 knots, however, the current agency estimate is probably highly uncertain. I'll get to that later. I mean, you can see Cecilia in the sea surface temperature map. It moved over some of the upwelled area by Blanca, not Blanca, but by Blas, and then now it's starting to move over a little bit slightly warmer, 27 to 28 degree waters, and it'll probably stay over the sea surface temperatures for a little bit while as it moves slightly south of the track Blas did. And then eventually weaken as it moves to the west-northwest and eventually hits some of the colder water near 20W, 20N rather. We'll get to that later. Anyway, you can see the CDO, the storm's inner structure as it was well organized, and it's probably fairly close to hurricane intensity, as that's what the 60-knot agency estimate does suggest. However, the CDO is really ragged. Fortunately, the system has done a pretty good job so far not inheriting dry air. I think the environment now has been kind of cleared out by Blas a bit, so I think the system should be able to strengthen. However, time's really starting to run out. It's moving over really honestly. It's probably about to move over the warmest waters. That's probably going to move over the next 24 to 36 hours before sea surface temperatures. Before sea surface temperatures start to decline once the system nears 130W. So it's hard to say what kind of future the storm has. The intensity of 60 knots is uncertain, however, the system appears to be showing because here's the ASCAP pass, when at the time the Dvorak supported 50 or 55 knot tropical. So here's the ASCAP, and then, actually no, here's the ASCAP about 4, whoops, regardless. Alright, so here's the first ASCAP pass. So now, you can see at 4Z, you can see only 40 to 45 knot winds. We're pointing out the second ASCAP pass. You see it's obviously a bit stronger. About 45 knots here. So I mean, that is a sign that the system is strengthening. But however, it's uncertain on precisely how strong the storm actually is. This latest SAB TIFB T numbers are at T4 with 65 knots. And if they come in a little higher range, it'll probably bump this up to hurricane strength with lower normal confidence. The storm's been a little bit of a nightmare intensity-wise. The forecast has been easy storm track-wise, but just because of the fact that all the effect of the cold up wake of Blas has had on this. And let's see if they designate the system here. Then here's Invest 97E. The agency gives us a 70% chance of formation in 2 days and a 90% chance of formation in 5 days. Personally, that may appear to be too high since we're moving west-northwest. And it's probably in the past take a little bit of a more northerly track than Blas and Cecilia, so I think this one will be a bit weaker, probably only a tropical storm as hinted by the global models. Now take a look at the GFS and European runs. So here's Cecilia, and that's the remnant lower Blas moving out to the west-northwest. But here's Cecilia. Then Darby forms from 90-70 to stays disorganized. Then eventually we get Estelle, merges with another system, and then eventually we get Frank. And eventually this is Estelle and Frank, and then eventually George, Jet, and Howard at the end of the European run. And then same sort of deal here. You get actually this one they actually make future Darby a bit stronger, around 979 millibars. And then you have Cecilia moving over Hawaii as a weakening system. That's still a possibility that the latest GFS one planet takes it to the west-northwest. We'll see what happens. I think the system will probably recurve, or if the system's still a tropical cycle, the system weakens, still like needs to declare a post-tropical remnant low, like right around this area. I think there's a good chance that the weak system is steered by the westerly flow and kind of moves directly over the island itself. And eventually by the time you have Darby and you have Estelle and you have the sign of Frank right behind there. Anyhow, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Bye!